Hi, I'm Rob from iTech Pickers. How are you doing this morning? We are Wednesday, March 3rd, 2020. And I'll give you a little update on what's going on. Right now, you're probably seeing the numbers. There's quite a big infection bed in Italy. There's also quite a bit of an infection bed in the city of Daegu in South Korea, where they have investigated this group of Christian worshippers, and now so far they have found 5,200 people infected with the coronavirus in that group. South Korea is doing like a very good job in dealing with this. They have been transparent every single day. They have given a press conference telling the rest of the world exactly what they're doing and what's happening, and they have contained this outbreak in Daegu. Right now in Seoul, I have been inquiring about the situation. There's about 100 cases in the whole city, which is a city of 10 million people. So actually, in Seoul is not more dangerous than any other big city right now. Like in Tokyo, I think there are more people infected in Tokyo, in Japan, than there are in Seoul. Even though when you look at the chart of the country, you're seeing that there's like so many cases in South Korea, but they're all in Daegu. So, and they're dealing with it in a probably the best way so far. And why they have all these cases is because they're being honest about them. So far, China has not been honest about their numbers, obviously. That's not because they have less cases. It's because they're simply lying about them. In South Korea, they're looking to find everybody that's infected, and they're reporting them. So that's why the number is so high. But they're actually doing a great job dealing with it. So this is what's happening with South Korea. As far as Italy, there was a hotbed of infection there in northern Italy, and the big problem in Europe is that they have removed the borders between the countries. So now this is why you're seeing all these cases popping up in France, in Germany, in the UK, and all of the other countries part of the European Union. Is that they had no way to contain the disease inside Italy, because people could just like travel freely to every other country. So this is exactly what's happening, and of course it's not having borders between countries. It creates these kinds of problems. I mean, we've had problems for the last few years. You have seen the migrants, the illegal migrants, traveling pretty much everywhere in the European Union. Terrorism. I mean, you've seen all of the terrorism that happened in France, like Paris Hebdo, the Bataclan, and now in the UK, there's pretty much a terrorist attempt every second week. So that's what happens when you remove borders. You just let all the bad stuff to come into your country. So it's really not good. So that's the situation right now in Europe. Yes, the people that got infected in Italy now, they've been able to travel freely, so that's why you have cases pretty much everywhere, and that's why you have so many cases in France, in the UK, in Germany. So that's what's going on. In the US, they've had a few deaths. I think they're at 6 now, and Donald Trump, who was like pretty much clueless since the beginning of this outbreak, now he's really woken up. His people told him, "Hey, Donald, just wake the fuck up. There's something really bad coming from Asia, and it's here in the United States. You need to do something about it, and you cannot change radically. you know. Now they have, I think they have put like $8 billion to fight the coronavirus. They are, they have an ongoing discussion with all of these pharmaceutical companies to, to find, new ways to treat people or to find a vaccine. And they've still got a lot of work to do, because what I've heard is that they don't have any test kits to test people, but really the US is really taking this very seriously. And what happened today, you've probably seen that. This is something that I've never seen happening. I've never seen that happening in my lifetime. The Federal Reserve held an emergency meeting out of nowhere and slashed interest rates by 0.5 percentage point. And maybe that doesn't look like it's a big thing to you, but this is something that the U.S. has never done, and it's never been done in the history of the Federal Reserve. And now I saw my silver positions go up, like a dollar, almost a dollar in about 30 seconds, and gold is skyrocketing up there. And of course, this is to ease the markets, because they are seeing more damage in the markets, and now they wanna start to do monetary policy right now. They don't even want to wait till the next meeting. So, in my opinion, we are going to see a lot of quantitative easing in the coming months. Gold and silver, they're probably gonna go way up there, and I hope so, because that's these are my favorite investments. Financially, you should really prepare for monetary policy. The helicopter cash coming into the markets. It's coming in the coming months. So I would think like silver would be like a good investment right now. And of course gold is going to do very good with that. So that's, well, in a way it's a good news, but in another way it's just another way of kicking the can down the road. So of course the US dollar is probably going to go down. It's going to take damage out of this. Probably going to have higher inflation. But that's what happened today. I was totally surprised by that. I didn't see that coming. So that's about it. So I'm not gonna talk too much about this right now. I'm gonna try to keep my updates because I have to leave tonight. So I'm probably gonna keep making updates on the road. I'm gonna be a few days in Seoul. Then I need to go to take my plane to the Philippines. I'm gonna keep monitoring the situation and looking at what's going on. Yeah, and of course I might not have a good microphone for my next videos, because I'm probably gonna have to do them from my computer. Probably gonna make some travel videos, of things to do in Manila, in Angeles City, or whatever other place that I decide to go. I'm also gonna take some video of what's going on in Seoul right now. Most places are pretty empty, but I think that for me that's a good thing, because I don't like when it's too crowded. I like to have my own space, and probably gonna take a few walks, in the parks, or visit some of the parks and stuff like this. Do my jogging, my training, and all this. So that's it. I'm all prepared. I'm ready to go. Of course, I had purchased my tickets long ago, so I have no choice but to use them now. Um, so that's what's going on, and I want to talk a little bit about China. China and the last couple of days. I mean, you're seeing how reprehensible a communist country is. Is that they are starting some kind of a propaganda war on the internet. And some of the things, the articles that are being, of course, dictated by the communist regime, they're actually making fun of South Korea, Italy, Iran, telling them that they don't know how to contain. They're not doing good at containing the virus, and that they're trying to pretend that they have solved the problem in their country. And I'm telling you, everything that comes out of China is fake news. The fake numbers, they're lies. And I've looked at the situation on the ground, and people filming in the big cities, in Beijing, in Wuhan, in Shanghai, and it's empty. The streets are empty. They have They have taken extreme control of the population. They have locked a lot of people inside their homes. So they have no idea how many people are infected. In fact, they don't even have any test kits anymore. And they don't have masks, so that's why people are not coming out. There are actually many areas in China now they don't have any food. Don't believe anything that they say if it hasn't been independently verified by some other country, all right? Because now the numbers that they're coming out with every day are complete lies. I mean, they want the world to believe that they have controlled the coronavirus. It's just not true. So do not believe one word that China says, and I'm telling you, do not believe one word that the World Health Organization are saying right now, because they are working for China. I mean, it's unbelievable, the corruption in that organization, and they have been the very reason why this virus is spreading to the rest of the world. It's because of the lies, it's because of the cover-ups, and the rest of the world is paying for the communist China. So I'm telling you, I will try to make videos and show you exactly what the situation is in China, and it's clearly not like they want the rest of the world to see it. All right, they're still completely not in control of the coronavirus, and the numbers are at least 10 times more than what they're saying. So do not believe a single word that the communist regime is saying, and they are being the problem. I mean, had they been honest with this from the very beginning, we would not be at this situation right now, where it's spreading all over the world. Okay, so always keep that in mind. It's the Wuhan coronavirus. It comes from Wuhan, and the reason why it's spreading, the people who are responsible, it's the Communist Party of China and the World Health Organization. So hold these bastards accountable for whatever is going to happen to the rest of the world. Never forget this. They are accountable. They are responsible. All right, and don't forget this, because they want you to forget this. Now that it's spreading to the rest of the world, China wants to make you forget that they are the ones responsible for it. Right? But don't be misled. Okay. So that's gonna be all for today. Be safe. Of course, prepare yourself for any kind of emergency, not just the coronavirus, but any kind of emergency can happen anytime in your area. So you really need to do some prepping. You should look at prepping videos on YouTube. There's one person that I follow. He's a Canadian prepper. I think he's in my list, right in the description down there. You should learn how to, at least prepare yourself. If you have to stay inside your home for a week at least a week, make sure you have food, you have a pantry, And I will talk to you about pantries probably in my next video tomorrow. That would be like a very good way. If your area is safe right now, you should actually prepare to have a supply of food for at least a week, but probably like a month or maybe more, but at least 1 week. And that's just not for the coronavirus. That could be for anything else. Now we're seeing that if there's another disease that pops up, the world's going to be totally unprepared. If you have like, you can have a rebellion, you can have martial law, you can have all kinds of stuff happening. So anyone should be prepared. And from what I've heard from the statistics, not even 1% of the population is prepared. So prepare yourself and save some money. Don't live paycheck to paycheck. Have an emergency fund. Have some money saved up in case something really bad happens and you have to be on your own for a couple of weeks. Because I think history has proven that the people who do have financial resources, when there's an emergency happening like a pandemic, they have the means to make their life comfortable and safe. While usually the poorest of the population, they're the ones who suffer from these things. So you should really think about preparing. So I will keep you updated. In the meanwhile, subscribe to my channel if you like my videos, of course, because since I'm talking about the coronavirus, YouTube is not showing my videos in the search results, and they're doing like everything they can so that you don't get to hear about me. So if you want to hear about me, subscribe and make sure your notifications, the notification bell is set up so that you receive my videos. So I will see you soon.